Well, all right, let's get started. Miss Leo, Lenka, I am so happy to do this reading for you. Too bad we just missed Leo season, but that's okay. You know, we can make Leo season continue now. So basically, I'm just going to go right on into the spread. I am going to be doing this reading we're going to do a little storyboard reading here. This is a pretty deep reading. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. We have some pretty strong major arcana cards here. So the first card we have here is Death. But with the placement of the other cards here, this is really good. I'm really seeing that this Death card represents a major transformation happening right now in your life. Since it's the first card, this is something that has been coming from your recent past. It's in the present, and it's going to continue on into the future. You have a major time of transformation upon you. You are in the process of literally leaving behind parts of yourself that you were in order to become who you want to be now and who you want to be in the future. And with the other card placements I'm seeing here, which I'll get to, I'm really seeing that this Death card really represents, it's a big ego death. You're coming to a place in your life where you're not really who you thought you were anymore. You're changing. You're kind of shedding your skin in a major way, and you're also moving towards a new and refined sense of self, a new version of yourself. And this is really about shedding that and becoming who you are truly meant to be now and into the future, and really coming into a very refined, authentic version of yourself. The next card I have here is the Eight of Cups, and I'm going to go ahead and mention the card next to it, which is Two of Swords, because these are very much so interwoven here. Eight of Cups, again, I feel is still connected to this Death card, because you felt that you've been doing pretty well. You've been relatively happy and in a sense of contentment, but also you're seeing that you don't want to become complacent. You don't want to stay where you are right now. You want to move ahead and become a lot better. I always say with the Eight of Cups, it's like, yeah, you can stay and be like, yeah, okay, this is good, but why do you want to settle for something that you feel is just good when you can move on to something great? However, in this journey, with the next card being the Two of Swords, this is really about making difficult choices. So in this process, yeah, there's going to be some very difficult choices to make. Also, sometimes I sense that with the Two of Swords can be two conflicting energies, or also, like I said, making difficult choices, two separate paths. So there may be some things here coming up pretty soon where you're going to have to kind of weigh in the pros and cons of a couple of choices. You're going to have to see which one is better, which one is going to benefit you more. But it is going to be kind of a difficult choice to make. I'm also sensing too that right now there could be a few various paths that you could also take to get to where it is that you want to be. And you might have been pondering these various paths. So yeah, I'm definitely just seeing difficult choices and various paths and having to choose which way to go. And it's not going to be an easy choice. But with the next card I have here, the Hermit, I love this card. Actually, this is my personal life path card. The Hermit is really going to help you here and energy-wise to be able to be very introspective. So I'm seeing that in this process you're in right now and moving on into the near future, it's going to be a time of going deep within yourself. This card is different because I'm using a crow deck, and on this card, the Hermit is a crow, and he's kind of like chilling in a tree, and he has his little lantern in his mouth, and he's chilling and he's kind of looking down. And we can kind of compare this to like in the original Rider-Waite tarot. The Hermit it looks like he's just this kind of disheveled beggar, kind of lost with his lantern, but really he's not lost. He's looking down, just like this crow in the tree, looking down into the valley on his perch, on his mountain, looking down from all of where he has been. You know, he's come this far. He's been on top of the mountain. He's looking down, reflecting. So this is about using that same kind of energy, looking how far you've come, everything that you've gone through, and being able to use that introspective energy to go within yourself, to think about, well, where is it now that you want to go? Because the Hermit, he has his lantern, so he has his light in the darkness, and also he has that hope with him, the light that's within the lantern. So this is really about going inside and seeing what it is that you want, according to where you've been, you know, lessons you've learned along the way. What would you not do again? What would you do differently? How can you utilize all of this to continue on your path? And it also means you are really very wise, that you have gained a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, especially knowledge of self in this process where you are now, and you're ready to really utilize this. I do see, though, with the Moon card being next, this is time for real deep down shadow work. The Moon to me represents that which is hidden. The Moon is that which is hidden in the Moon shadow. So I see what this is about, allowing what needs to come to light from the shadows, doing deep shadow work, using the energy and the knowledge of this kind of ego death, the energy and the knowledge of the Hermit in this introspective time to really see what it is that you want to change about yourself. What are the toxic, you know, we all have toxic traits. Like, what are, you know, your own personal toxic traits that you want to change? What are the deepest, dirtiest, darkest aspects of yourself that are still hidden, that maybe you're not even aware of yet, or maybe you have been aware of them, but you know, kind of looking the other way, like sometimes you know, we tend to do that. It's about really bringing that out now, and not allowing yourself, because the Moon, you know, the Moon can cause us to be delusional, be in illusions, and it's about not allowing that kind of lunar energy to affect us in that way, and in our shadow side, but allowing it to more so be a time of revealing, a time of revelation, to, you know, use the Hermit's lantern to shine light into the dark side of the Moon, so that we could see, you know, so that you could see what it is that you want to change about yourself. The next card I have is the Two of Cups. And on this card, it's very beautiful. We have the Leo, the lion head at the top of the intertwining snakes on the healing staff of Hermes, and these two beautiful crows are kissing, and the lion is there. And when I saw this, when I was setting up this arrangement, I really connected with the idea of, you know, this definitely representing a spiritual soul connection within your own self. So I'm seeing this as, you know, the Leo energy, that sun energy, that vibrancy coming into your own self, learning to fall in love with yourself all over again. And not only falling in love with yourself all over again, but falling in love with your partnership all over again. And using that energy of falling in love with yourself all over again to kind of shed all of the negative things that may have collected over time in your partnership, to allow for a beautiful renaissance in your present and future, in your relationship, and seeing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now in your life, and seeing how much that you're able to uh, love this new version of yourself, this ever evolving, changing version of yourself, and seeing how you can bring this energy into your loving relationship. And so I'm seeing that with this, you are really where you're supposed to be, with who you're supposed to be with, in your love life, within yourself, within the people around you, that you do have a very good support system, even if along the way there may have been some ups and downs. It's really is good. It's showing me that this is really good for you now, that you are where you're supposed to be. And I really feel that using that sun vibrancy, Leo energy, that healing energy, um, of loving yourself, to really pull you through this major time of transformation. And the next card I have is Ace of Swords. And as soon as I saw this card when I was pulling this spread before we got started, I'm seeing this is a connection to higher education, to higher knowledge. Ace of Swords, swords is of the mind, learning, intellect, things of that nature. So I'm seeing this, to use your sword here, to use this new fresh opportunity coming into your life to further your education, to further your knowledge. And it doesn't even need to necessarily mean, just for career, school or whatnot, but in things that you enjoy. Since I'm seeing, this whole kind of renaissance, this spiritual renaissance with this death and rebirth, and your kind of soul journey, and all of these different things going on, and the shadow work I'm seeing, also to reconnect with new things that you want to learn. It's a time of a renaissance in learning as well. So if there's anything that you've been wanting to delve into, that maybe you had touched on it before, but you want to look into it again, or just try something completely new. Ace of Swords to me is about stimulating the mind, stimulating your knowledge, and opening up a new way for knowledge, by kind of using that sword to cut away anything that might be in the way of that knowledge. And, since it's an ace, it needs a little bit of energy, right? Since it's at the very beginning of the suit, but it's about, bringing forth that energy and nurturing it so that you'll be able to use it to carry you through. So, okay, so to kind of just recap everything here before I move on to the stone I've chosen for you, this is just a huge time of change. We have the major arcanas of death and the moon and the hermit, just total deep shadow work time, going within yourself, allowing yourself to kind of die and be reborn, and go into this deep sense of introspection, and seeing what you're going to be doing, choosing your paths. And really, I really do love this Two of Cups for you, not only for your relationship and love, but also for your self-love and reconnecting with everything around you. And like I said, higher education, moving on with knowledge of things that you want to learn. So I'm really happy with this spread for you. And lastly, I have a box of crystals and stones and things, and I just kind of reach in and ask that I pull the one that'll be best for you. And for this reading, I pulled this selenite for you. And I honestly think that working with the selenite for you right now would be really good. Even just the properties of it, which is, it's just cleansing all around. It cleanses all of your chakras. It cleanses all your aura. It helps to emit a positive energy within your space. And I think that with everything going on right now, any type of magic or prayer or anything that you want to incorporate in your life that has to do with those themes would be really good. Any type of cleansing, banishing, protection, just kind of almost like spiritually cleaning house of mind, body, and spirit would be perfect for you right now. So tell me, how did you feel about the reading? How did it connect for you?
Oh, I think it was really good, really spot on, and yeah, it resonated with me. It was lovely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so stimulation of the mind, absolutely true. Not thinking. I'm kind of like on the way to do it. I'm basically going back to education, which is such a different to what I did before because I was a mom, I was working, I didn't really have any intellectual stimulation, but now it's the time to kind of have one. And also about the relationship, absolutely spot on. They were obviously up and down, and now I think hopefully we are at a really good point. And what else? Choosing the different choosing between the paths, that also kind of was like, wow, this is really really on point because I'm actually thinking, oh, should I leave the job I'm currently in and find another one, or should I keep this one and just get like a second job? Like, what should I do? Also, you've been saying about like being stuck in one place, and that was exactly what kind of like brought me into reconsidering my life and applying for school. And yeah, so yeah, it was, I would say 100%. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, well, that makes sense to me now because I was like, wow, this Two of Swords is like really a hard choice. So yeah, I could see you were definitely thinking about, been thinking really hard about switching where you're at. So yeah, that makes sense because I was trying to figure out like where was that fitting in, but now, yeah, now I see where that is. Well, thank you so much for doing this reading for me today, and I'm really glad that it resonated for you, and happy to continue on with the the Leo season in spirit here. Thank you so much, Lenka.
Thank you
Take
for
care.
having me.
Bye.
Bye.